Welcome, high-value men. Have you ever wondered if a woman is secretly attracted to you but doesn't come right out and say it? Here's the truth. Actions often speak louder than words. And today, I'll show you exactly how to decode those subtle signs she's been giving off. But before we dive in, I have a quick deal for you. If you find this video useful, hit the subscribe button to stay updated with more content like this. And if you don't, well, just hit the like button anyway, because we could all use a little encouragement, right? Now let me share a quick story. My friend Mark once told me about a woman he met at a coffee shop. She smiled, laughed at all his jokes, and even leaned in during their conversation. Yet Mark walked away thinking, maybe she's just friendly. Weeks later, she admitted she was interested all along. Sound familiar? Sometimes the signs are right in front of us, but we miss them. That's why today, I'll help you uncover the most common behaviors women show when they're deeply attracted to someone. Let's get started. Sign 1. Open body language. Let's begin with one of the most revealing signs, open body language. When a woman is attracted to you, her body naturally reflects her comfort and interest. These signals are often subtle, but once you learn to spot them, they'll become impossible to miss. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting across from her at a casual coffee shop. As you talk, you notice she's leaning slightly toward you. Her arms are uncrossed and her shoulders are relaxed. It's as if her entire posture is inviting you into her personal space. This openness is a non-verbal way of saying, I feel at ease with you. Another example. In group settings, watch how she positions herself. Does she angle her body toward you even when speaking to someone else? This small but intentional move indicates where her focus truly lies. On the other hand, if she keeps her body turned away or maintains a rigid posture, it's often a sign of discomfort or disinterest. Proximity is another clue. If she unconsciously moves closer to you during a conversation or subtly bridges the physical gap between you, it's her way of saying she feels connected. For instance, during a casual chat, you might notice her scooting her chair slightly forward or leaning in as if hanging on to every word you say. To test this, try mirroring her posture slightly. If she adjusts her body to match yours, leaning forward when you do, or relaxing when you relax, it's a strong indicator of mutual comfort and interest. Open body language is one of the clearest ways to gauge her feelings. It's her silent, yet powerful way of showing attraction without having to say a single word. Pay attention to these cues, and you'll find yourself understanding her emotions on a deeper level. Sign 2. Easy laughter. Here's another powerful sign that she's into you, her laughter. When a woman feels attracted to someone, her sense of humor seems to align effortlessly with theirs. Even if your jokes aren't exactly stand-up comedy material, she laughs, genuinely, warmly, and without hesitation. Picture this. You're telling a lighthearted story, maybe something funny that happened at work. Midway through, you realize it's not even that funny. But she's already laughing, her smile lighting up the conversation. This isn't about the joke itself. It's about how much she enjoys being in your presence. Laughter is one of the most natural ways humans bond. When she laughs freely around you, it's a strong indication that she feels comfortable and connected. And here's a question for you. Has a woman ever laughed at your jokes like this? If yes, did it make you feel a spark of connection? Comment yes if you've experienced this before, or no if it hasn't happened yet. Either way, this insight might change the way you notice her reactions moving forward. Now, back to the signs. Another way to gauge her interest is to notice how often she initiates humor. If she teases you playfully or tries to make you laugh, it's her way of engaging and seeking your attention. Humor isn't just about fun. It's a subtle but effective way to build connection and intimacy. So, next time she laughs a little too easily at your jokes, take it as a compliment. It's her way of saying, I like being around you, without actually having to say the words. Sign 3. Casual touches. Let's talk about one of the most undeniable signs of attraction, casual touches. When a woman is drawn to you, physical touch often becomes a natural way for her to communicate her feelings without using words. Imagine this. You're sitting next to her, having a light conversation. Suddenly, she lightly brushes her hand against yours as she gestures, or perhaps she playfully taps your arm when you make a joke. These small, seemingly innocent touches aren't accidental. they're deliberate signals of comfort and connection. Touch is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. When she initiates even subtle contact, it's her way of testing the waters. She's seeing how you respond to her presence and whether you're open to a closer connection. For instance, during a casual outing, she might lean in just enough for your shoulders to graze or lightly nudge you while laughing. These gestures, while small, speak volumes. But it's not just about whether she touches you, it's also about how. Is the touch light and playful, or does it linger for a moment longer than necessary? The latter often suggests a deeper level of attraction. Here's a quick tip. Pay attention to the context. If she's naturally a touchy person with everyone, this might just be her personality. However, if her touches seem reserved only for you or happen more frequently when you're together, it's a strong sign that she feels something more. Remember, casual touches are often subtle and easy to overlook, but they hold significant meaning. The next time she gently brushes against you or finds a reason to close the physical gap, take it as a sign that she's drawn to you and maybe even waiting for you to make the next move. Sign 4. Mirroring your actions. Another subtle yet powerful sign of attraction is when a woman starts mirroring your actions. This is a subconscious behavior that reflects comfort, connection, and interest. When someone mirrors you, they're essentially saying, "I feel aligned with you." Imagine this. You're sitting at a table and you casually lean back in your chair. Moments later, she does the same. Or maybe you take a sip of your drink and she mirrors that motion without even realizing it. These small, unconscious gestures signal that she's tuned into you on a deeper level. Mirroring isn't limited to physical movements. It can also show up in her tone of voice or choice of words. If you're speaking calmly, she might naturally adjust her tone to match yours. Or if you share a specific phrase or expression, she might start using it in conversation too. But why does this happen? Mirroring is rooted in human psychology. When we're drawn to someone, our brains unconsciously prompt us to imitate their behavior. It's a way of building rapport and creating a sense of belonging. For her, it's an instinctive method of saying, "I'm like you, and I want us to connect." Here's an example. During a casual hangout, you cross your legs while sitting. A few seconds later, you notice she does the same. It's not planned or calculated. It's her subconscious way of signaling that she feels a bond with you. To test this, try making small, deliberate changes in your movements or posture during your next conversation. If she mirrors you, even subtly, it's a strong indicator that she's attracted and feels comfortable in your presence. Mirroring might be easy to miss if you're not paying attention, but once you spot it, it's hard to ignore. It's a silent yet meaningful way for her to communicate that she sees you as someone she wants to connect with. Sign 5. Adjusting her appearance. When a woman is attracted to you, she often becomes more aware of how she presents herself in your presence. This isn't about vanity. It's about making a positive impression and showing that she values how you perceive her. Picture this. You're in the middle of a conversation and she subtly tucks her hair behind her ear or smooths out her outfit. Maybe she adjusts her jewelry, repositions her necklace, or even glances at her reflection in a nearby window. These seemingly minor actions often reveal that she's thinking about how she looks in your eyes. This behavior isn't always conscious. It's a natural response driven by her desire to appear attractive and appealing to someone she's interested in. For example, she might reapply her lip balm during a casual outing or double-check her makeup in her phone's front camera. These little gestures are her way of saying, "I care about how I look because I care about what you think." It's also worth noting the context. If she adjusts her appearance multiple times when she's around you, but seems more relaxed when interacting with others, it's a strong indicator that her focus is on you. On the other hand, if she appears overly fidgety or nervous, it might be her way of managing the excitement or nervousness she feels in your presence. Here's a quick tip: compliment her efforts. If you notice she's gone out of her way to look nice, don't hesitate to acknowledge it. A simple, genuine compliment like, "You look great today," can go a long way in building rapport and making her feel appreciated. Adjusting her appearance might seem like a small thing, but it's one of the clearest nonverbal signs of attraction. By paying attention to these subtle cues, you'll gain deeper insight into her feelings, and maybe even give her the confidence to express them more openly. Sign 6. Asking personal questions. When a woman is interested in you, her curiosity often goes beyond surface-level small talk. She'll start asking personal questions, diving deeper into your life, passions, and dreams. This is her way of trying to understand who you are and connect with you on a more meaningful level. Imagine this. You're having a casual conversation, and instead of sticking to generic topics like the weather or work, she asks, "What's something you're really passionate about?" Or, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" These aren't just polite questions, they're intentional. They show that she's genuinely interested in your world and wants to discover what makes you tick. It's not just the questions she asks, it's how she asks them. She'll lean in slightly, her tone warm and inviting, as if she's genuinely invested in your answers. For example, if you mention a hobby you enjoy, she might follow up with questions like, "How did you get into that?" Or, "What do you love most about it?" These follow-ups indicate that she's actively listening and values what you have to say. But here's the key. These conversations aren't about prying or interrogation. They're about building an emotional connection. By asking questions that matter, she's opening the door for deeper communication and showing that she sees you as more than just a casual acquaintance. If you've noticed this happening, take it as an opportunity to reciprocate. Share a bit more about yourself, and don't forget to ask her similar questions in return. Building a connection is a two-way street, and her curiosity is an invitation for you to create something meaningful together. So the next time she asks about your dreams, your past, or your thoughts on life, don't brush it off as casual chatter. It's her way of saying, "I want to know you," without saying it outright. Sign 7. Prolonged eye contact. One of the most powerful ways a woman can silently communicate her interest is through prolonged eye contact. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, and when a woman is drawn to you, her gaze often reveals what words cannot. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a conversation, and you notice she's holding your gaze longer than usual. Her eyes don't dart away nervously or look around the room. They stay locked on yours, as if she's fully present in the moment. This isn't just polite eye contact, it's intentional, meaningful, and filled with curiosity. Prolonged eye contact isn't always bold or confident. Sometimes it's shy and fleeting. For instance, she might quickly look away when your eyes meet, only to glance back at you moments later. These repeated glances are her way of testing the waters, seeing if you notice her and feel the same connection. But what does it mean? Prolonged eye contact signals that she's emotionally invested and wants to connect with you on a deeper level. It's her silent way of saying, "I see you and I want you to see me too." This kind of gaze often softens, with a hint of warmth or a sparkle in her eyes that sets it apart from everyday interactions. Here's something you can try. The next time you catch her looking at you like this, don't immediately look away. Instead, hold her gaze for just a moment longer and smile gently. This small gesture can create an unspoken bond, one that words could never fully express. Keep in mind, though, that context matters. In professional settings, prolonged eye contact might simply indicate attentiveness rather than attraction. But in a casual or intimate environment, it often holds much deeper meaning. If her eyes seem to search for yours across a room or linger on you during a conversation, take it as one of the clearest signs of her interest. Her gaze is telling you a story. Are you paying attention? Sign 8. Playful teasing. One of the most fun and often overlooked signs of attraction is playful teasing. When a woman feels drawn to you, she might express it through light-hearted jokes, witty remarks, or playful banter. This isn't about being mean. It's her way of testing the waters and creating a unique bond between the two of you. Picture this. You're chatting casually, and she suddenly says something like, "Oh, so you're one of those guys who always forgets their coffee order?" She smirks, her tone teasing but warm. This isn't an insult. It's her way of keeping the conversation lively while subtly seeking your attention. Teasing often allows her to gauge your sense of humor and confidence. For example, if you respond with a witty comeback or laugh along, it signals that you're comfortable and confident in yourself. On the flip side, if you take her remarks too seriously, it might come across as defensive or insecure, which can dampen the playful vibe she's trying to create. Another way teasing manifests is through subtle challenges. She might jokingly question your favorite sports team, mock your taste in music, or pretend to doubt your skills in something. While these comments may seem trivial, they're often her way of saying, "I want to see how you handle this, and I enjoy engaging with you." Here's a tip: don't shy away from joining the fun. Playful teasing is a two-way street, so feel free to throw in some lighthearted banter of your own. Just make sure it's in good taste and doesn't come across as hurtful. When done right, this back-and-forth dynamic can create a deeper sense of connection and chemistry. Playful teasing is her way of keeping things exciting and showing that she's comfortable enough with you to let her guard down. So, if you find her poking fun or playfully challenging you, take it as a sign that she's interested and that she's waiting for you to match her energy. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on something deeper: your growth as a man. Attraction isn't just about recognizing her signals. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally draws respect, admiration, and connection. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes into play. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies in mastering ourselves, not in controlling others. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is vital when it comes to relationships. Instead of constantly seeking external validation or approval, focus on building your inner foundation, your character, values, and mindset. Here's how you can start applying Stoic principles to your journey. Number 1, embrace your sphere of control. A high-value man doesn't waste time worrying about things outside his control, like whether someone likes him or not. Instead, he invests his energy in what he can control: his actions, his attitude, and his personal growth. Ask yourself, am I building the life I want, or am I waiting for others to define it for me? When you focus on becoming your best self, you'll naturally attract the right kind of people into your life. Number 2, practice gratitude daily. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, emphasized the importance of gratitude. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of fixating on what you lack, celebrate what you already have: your strengths, your progress, and the opportunities ahead. This confidence will radiate outward, making you magnetic to those around you. Number 3, cultivate emotional resilience. Rejection, misunderstandings, or missed connections are part of life. Instead of fearing them, learn to see them as opportunities to grow. The Stoics believed that adversity is a chance to build inner strength. When you approach relationships with a calm, composed mindset, you not only handle challenges better, but also exude a quiet confidence that others find irresistible. Number 4, live with purpose. Finally, always remember this: women and people in general are drawn to men who live with purpose. A high-value man doesn't chase attention, he pursues his mission. Whether it's excelling in your career, nurturing your relationships, or improving your health, let your actions speak louder than words. When you live authentically and passionately, you don't just attract others, you inspire them. This Stoic approach isn't just about relationships, it's about creating a life of integrity, purpose, and fulfillment. With this foundation, you'll find that attraction becomes effortless because you've become a man worth knowing. Let's start with this. If you believe in your potential to grow and live as your best self, comment below: "I'm a high-value man." Let this be your declaration, not just to us, but to yourself. By affirming this daily, you remind yourself of your worth and take a powerful step toward becoming the man you're destined to be. Attraction isn't only about understanding her signals, it's about who you are. Recognizing behaviors like playful teasing or prolonged eye contact is helpful, but they're only one part of the equation. The real transformation happens when you focus on becoming a man of purpose, confidence, and resilience. This is where Stoic principles guide you. By embracing what you can control, practicing gratitude, and living authentically, you become a magnetic presence, someone who doesn't just seek validation but commands respect naturally. A high-value man doesn't wait for opportunities, he creates them. Now, if this video resonated with you, Show your support by subscribing and liking this video. Your encouragement keeps us motivated to bring meaningful insights that elevate men like you. Remember, every action you take today, no matter how small, adds to the bigger picture of who you're becoming. Thank you for watching. Your time and effort to grow already set you apart. Until next time, stay focused, stay strong, and live with intention.